Is where I am, or really it's good morning. It's about 4:30 in the morning here, and it's time to finish the second half of the Killer Tome. I counted. There's like 7 killer challenges to do. I have a tiny bit of conversation I'd like to bring up. So, Video Game Donkey, dude on YouTube, kind of an old timer. I never really watched this stuff, but I did watch his Last of Us 2 videos because, of course, when that game dropped and I had played it, I went on a. I've watched near enough every video made online about that game. Except for stuff regarding the leaks, which I still need to check up on, and official stuff like the official podcast. He made a follow-up to his review-ish video discussing Last of Us 2 with the help of YouTube comments or something, and you can tell what it is before you even go into it. I was very disappointed. Now, I understand he is a man of comedic talent. You watch him to get laughs. That gets serious, but there's this really weird thing when it comes to discourse within that game that I don't like. I don't like how idiots are the ones that get highlighted when it comes to each side of the fan base, instead of people that have valid critiques. If you've noticed, from developers, from fans, from haters, the intelligent ones don't interact. What instead gets highlighted are literal bigots, blind appraisal of the game with no real reasoning given except 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and 0 out of 10s talking about not wanting to play the game because it has homosexual characters in it. All of which, that I've mentioned, is just plain stupid. Either to just blindly praise, or to not want to play a game simply because it has homosexual characters. Stupid stuff. I've yet to see intelligent discourse between two intelligent people. There are a plethora of well thought out critiques of the game, and a more negative side. Does critique automatically mean negative? I don't think so, right? When you think critique, you usually think negative. And there are many well thought out and well made videos praising the game, saying it's not bad, saying it's good, saying it's a masterpiece game, yada yada. I really wish, instead of what Donkey did, which is highlight stupid YouTube comments, it propels a very bad narrative. This is the thing that Neil Druckmann did when he said something along the lines of, "I don't want bigots playing my game," and then he made the stupid Cuckman joke on Twitter and whatnot. And then, Troy Baker's "I don't get you, man," a little bit non-gender specific way. Comments like that don't help anything. I really wish there was on YouTube, on some online platform, a conversation between two people that honestly could agree to disagree, but just something good. The closest I've seen to this has been two things. It has been one from Black Hokage's podcast family, whatever the heck you want to call it, where one of his members, oh my goodness, I already want to stop talking and just go to sleep. One of the people in his podcast invited a Last of Us 2 fan to have a little chit chat, and it was a pretty interesting conversation, I guess. However, the fan of the game wasn't really saying much, and it didn't look good on the fan's side. He was pretty much agreeing with the dude who was kind of indifferent to the game. Like, this dude that he was the person who wanted to have the conversation, he wasn't on the more negative side, he was on the more, I unfortunately just didn't care about this game side of things. That and EFAP, Every Frame of Pause, Mahler's podcast people. I don't know how many times I need to say this. Please don't go into a corner versus a chainsaw killer. It doesn't help. Yeah, and those are the only two. But the thing with EFAP is that they as a group of people who don't like the game, obviously biased and whatnot, they don't actually, they don't really bring people in to discuss. They more so just make pretty well thought out analysis of people's videos, and like I just said, they are very well made. They did have one dude, the internet janitor or something, he was a person who was more in favor of the game, but unfortunately, again, he wasn't really saying anything intelligent. I hate to sound insulting, but it wasn't much of a conversation. More so, he was just trying to say things. Obviously, they didn't want to go into any heated arguments or anything because that doesn't get a conversation going or anything. And it just wasn't really that good. I imagine he has BT. Did she just dead hard? Well, they both fell. That was a pretty good escape. Yeah, so this thing that Donkey did, it really just, it reminds me all of just what Neil did, and that was stuff that didn't help anybody. Of course, people on YouTube, they have nothing of importance to say. I thought she was going to jump out, but okay. Is there going to be an amazing flashlight play coming in a second? Head on. What is going on in this match? Are they just giving up because it's Midwich? I wouldn't blame them. God, I am so confused. And the thing that really bugged me out, the reason why I'm even talking about it, is because I see a lot of these YouTubers commenting on that video, thanking Donkey and like praising him for what he's done, because no one has done something akin to what he's done yet regarding feedback on the game. Because of course, as a big YouTuber like him, making a video about the game, either negative or praising it or whatever, you're gonna get a lot of interesting responses to that video in your comment section, and he's the only one who's made a response of sorts, I say this in big air quotations, to the feedback that he received, and then these people are like, wow, it was really cool of you to do this. This is how you respond to YouTube, YouTube comments, yada yada yada. But I mean, I have to say, I don't think so. He basically cherry picks stupid comments, calls the people stupid, and now once again it fuels that idea that people who don't like the game just, they don't even know why they don't like it, yada yada yada. Look at all these stupid people. It wasn't even funny, because it was very obvious what was going on. You know what it was more akin to? It was more akin to Filthy Frank's YouTube comment responses. But the thing is, Filthy Frank, he just talks about, you know, stupid stuff because he made stupid videos, and that was the point, and they were funny. And then people who tried to insult him were even more stupid than the stupid videos that he was making himself. And then Donkey here makes this video. He says, people don't even know why they don't like it. You can't really tell if he's being sarcastic or he's being serious. People get upset at it, but it's not a good look. Put it simply. That was almost a good dodge. Oh, she almost had me there. It really is just not a good look. Is she gonna block the doorway? What is going on in this game? Look at this. I also forgot to put on the perk I need. I need to be using Lightborn while doing this, not Enduring. Oh. Are we doing this? Okay. If she actually got under her, I would have just stood there and let both of them die. She's lucky that didn't happen. It's very unfortunate. But I think the reason why there hasn't been any intelligent back and forth discussion on people that honestly might never see eye to eye, but, you know, could just have a nice conversation about it with valid points on both sides, is because, you know, people maybe aren't ready for that. Maybe it's simply an impossible task. Maybe it's always bound to just end up in vitriol and negativity, you know, insults being thrown on both sides. I really don't like how one-sided this thing is, though. For both sides. For both sides. You know, my side, as someone who doesn't like the game, people on my team, I'll say, in air quotes, think of people that praise the game as just being, you know, mindless fanboys, shills, yada yada yada, which that's not entirely fair, when, once again, there are valid points brought up by both sides, and then people on the other side, I'll say, think of the more negative people as just bigots and whatnot, and homophobes, yada yada yada. It doesn't help, and I really wish if Donkey made the video that he made, it did something to help this stupid situation that we're already in. Because his video definitely did not do that in the slightest, and now I'm seeing on the subreddit that I frequent, people talking about it for some reason when the video shouldn't even really be talked about. People on the other subreddit, the people who like the game, they're discussing it, and it doesn't change anything. It doesn't fix any of the problems with the fan base. It's pointless to talk about it. The video is pretty pointless, and I think that's what upsets me the most about it, just how unneeded it was. It brought Nothing new to the table. It just reinvigorated stupid arguments that passed, what is it, the game's been out for like almost, if not more than half a year. Half-a-year-old points of discussion, and it's just very sad to see that now a bunch of stupidity is being talked about again. But that's really all I wanted to talk about regarding that Lad Donkey's video. What else? Yes, I've made sure my mic is on, and I've messed up. I need to be using Lightborn. What's it called? I know if I chainsawed him, he wouldn't have gotten the hatch, but I don't care. Yeah, I need to be using Lightborn, not Enduring, for this tome. I'm also still waiting for PlayStation to fix their retarded party system. Ooh, look at that. DS Unbreakable. How many other DS Unbreakables? No, DS Unbreakable. Only one person. Unbreakable Deliverance. It's almost the same as DS Unbreakable in my eyes. Yeah, I'm waiting for PlayStation to revert their retarded party system so I can make a private party again, because I would like to record more faction stuff, but until then I will be glued to this Xbox doing stuff on my Xbox games, because screw all that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a shame. It really is a shame that for some reason he thought that was a good idea of a video to put out, because it doesn't. It sucks. People that have as big of an audience as his, he knows what he's doing. I don't know if he's doing it just to troll or whatever. It doesn't, like, tick me off, but it kind of just saddens me. Alright. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. Okay. Use Lightborn and then hit people with my weapon? You know, that's the thing I hate about some of the challenges in this game. This means that the perk that this killer comes... or the killer that this perk comes with, I almost said that backwards. They want you to use that, and they want you to hit people with your weapon. That means if I hit them with my chainsaw while using Lightborn, that doesn't count. That's dumb. That is so dumb. It's like how Sloppy Butcher doesn't work on your special attacks. It doesn't work for demos Shred, Legion's Frenzy Stab, whatever it's called. Chainsaw hits. They explicitly say basic attack Surge. It's weird. I don't know if it's just a poor, outdated system, but if they could fix that, change that, that'd be incredible. Because, good lord, stuff like that makes this game feel stupidly dated, because I think that's just, the stuff is oddly clunky, almost. Okay. Well, I guess I need to hit people with my hammer, instead of chainsawing them 10 times. In one match, too, right? Yep, in a single trial. Alright. Fine. Still using these two add-ons. They work pretty well. Almost out of the pills. Well, there's helpers, but still have plenty of steering add-ons, even if I'll run out of yellow. This being, of course, the best, but it has a penalty because it's just so goddamn freaking good. If people really want to make Last of Us 2 discussion videos now, I figure they need to add something that helps, you know? Wow. So I just went on my phone to go to Twitch, to my stream, because that's how I upload the videos, in case I'm missing anything, potentially. And the first thing I see as a recommended channel, Pink Sparkles, Dances and Games, and this girl looks like she belongs in another industry, if you get what I'm saying. Anyways, I respect all women and all that. Yeah, if people want to make Last of Us 2 discussion videos now, if they're not just, you know, playing the game, or, I don't know, theory crafting for factions or something, you know, typical talk about a game that's a narrative-driven game that's been out for a while, and you want to make it about, you know, kind of bringing up stuff that has been done months ago, you have to bring up something new. You can't just highlight stupidity that's been highlighted before many months ago. Because then, as I said, I see these YouTubers, I see Girlfriend's Reviews, I see Wow Such Gaming, all these other people, like, crediting, you know, what Donkey's done here. And it's like, really? Is this something... is this something... To be proud of? Is this something to say, like, I'm the only one who's done this? Cherry-picking stupid comments, calling them stupid? Is that exposing the side of the fan base or something? I don't know. Oh, hello, Death. See, this is why I went on my phone, because I knew if I have one viewer, someone must be talking. FNAF 4 when I beat FNAF 3. I think I'll upload my 16-minute video of FNAF 3. Probably later tonight or something, because I actually, as you see by my achievements on my profile, I played that a while ago. And I did record it, but I haven't uploaded it because I haven't went back into it yet, but I need to do that. So I should stop stalling. I got Iceborne and Monster Hunter, so I'm a bit distracted with that right now. Alright, here we go. I need to hit people with the hammer. Oh my goodness. I think I saw... Nope, I saw my charm. Ooh, that helped. I thought I saw scratches to the right, but that was just my bright red charm. Oh my god, that frame drop. Sprint burst. Okay. Good, good. No enduring. I mean, after you get used to them, none of them should really be scary anymore. If I can get him to use up a bunch of pallets, I'll do that. That's not Tinkerer, that's just someone doing something. I'm gonna check on a gen now, though. Definitely seems the least scary of all of them, though. I wonder why. I wonder the exact science behind why FNAF 3 isn't that scary. It definitely, I think everyone can agree, it has among the worst jump scare. Kinda wish she got to throw that pallet down. Nancy's gonna come in. I just heard her for a split second. Oh, she has a flashlight too, so yeah, I'm gonna need to entertain this. More pallets I can get out the way, the better. Quentin just disappeared. Looks like he's running towards that down chick. Amazing. His controller died, which is incredibly unfortunate. I know, Nia. I'm thinking the same thing. Sucks to suck for him. His controller must have died, right? I hope nothing bad just happened. You know, back then when I was a wee lad, when stuff like this happened, I thought the person was being stupid. But now that I'm a thinking human being, stuff like that kind of concerns me, because why would someone randomly stop in an instance like that? I imagine either their controller died, or something very urgent to take them off the game just happened. Did I just see a hand right there? I did see a hand, but it was farther away. Gens before friends. I have no idea where that Nia went to. Does she know where she's going? He used this, didn't he? What? Interesting. Oh my god, dude. Yes, I do have Lightboard. Jesus Christ. I'm over here noticing her flashlight, and I just equipped a perk that... Oh, thank you. What would I do without you? Very good to see them healing against the Chainsaw Killer. Or were they, like, back here? Behind that thing? I do need to get those hits with the hammer. Okay. So maybe I can get a funny Lightborn play here. Excuse me. Show some dang respect. God dang it. I kept wiggling left and right to not let her move, and then she moved, or she got out at the last second. Please, I need the hits. Okay. Nothing done there. Oh, she's right here. Are you gonna drop this? Nah. I have a feeling she's... Oh, okay, she's not dumb. She's chaining stuff. I mean, she's not really next to anything good. This pallet's a lot better with the generator next to it. Good. Dead hard. Unfortunate. You know, at first I thought this girl was dumb. She already used Dead Hard. Alright, hopefully Nancy tries flashlight blinding me, since I don't need to respect flashlights. And trust and believe, if you didn't remind me that I equipped Lightborn, I would have forgotten. Interesting that Tinkerer never went off. Well, that's why, because they're running around doing nothing. Lucky me, I guess. Oh, she went into the locker. Very poor play of her. The Nancy with the flashlight was in green. Of course, I won't ever see her again now. Absolutely. I'll let her go for the save. What does he have, sprint burst? Maybe, not sure. Honestly, this is a pretty bad gen to pop. Because this isn't a gen I should really worry about. Because it's so out of the way. Just beautiful. That's all I gotta say about that one. I don't know if he didn't get to it in time, but a simple movement to the left or right would have saved him there. What? You know what I thought happened? I thought she balanced landing. What the heck? What is going on? Okay, the match on Midwich was weird. This match is equally weird. What is going on? Oh, tunneling is going on. Shoot. Great pallet play. What's happening? Does she have DS too? That's unfortunate. I think I heard Nancy right behind there. So I'm gonna sit here and let Nancy blind me. Save the girl. Oh, he's sitting there because he has BT still. These matches are silly and weird. Listen to her. Like, what's the play? Is she gonna go back around the thing? Okay, good. No, I don't make that. Okay. I mean, it's best to get a DS out of the way like this. If he runs down, then he just dies. Yeah, he knows. He's not that dumb. Honestly, if they were cheeky enough, I heard someone move grass right there, yeah. If they were cheeky enough, what's it called? Nancy could have walked by and went down there. Could I have hit her? I actually canceled that chainsaw. Could I have hit her right there? Thank you. She's lucky I didn't get that grab. No, this is only my second game. So I should hope I didn't get a message from my first game. Although that happens a lot with me. My first game, I get a hate message. What was that dead hard? Did you see how weak that dead hard was? I've seen that a couple times from people. Let me turn around so Nancy can get me. Save her, Nancy. My god, she's slacking. Does she know? Is she cheating? I don't like cheaters. Yeah, I feel like I should be doing really bad on this match, but for some reason they're just not doing generators. They're just opting to mess with me. And I'm not sure why. But I'll take it. I definitely have not been counting my hammer hits. But I need 10. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. I knew that was the only place they would run. Only place that made sense. There's nothing on the left. That was avoidable, but it would have just delayed the inevitable. Don't make the same mistake, Quentin. He made the same mistake. He needs to respect me. I'm gonna kick this with pop. What are you running? Was she going over there to save him with your flashlight? She's gonna take that window. I do need those hits. I don't know if they'll be intimidated. These people seem to honestly be messing with me. Like they're not intimidated by me. Was that really needed? Yo! Yo, you know what I really wanted? I wished he was at the pallet so she would try to CJ me. You know where they vault the pallet and then try to blind you? God dang it. That was the perfect... God dang it. That was the perfect opportunity for her to try to CJ me if he was at the dang pallet. And then my light board. God dang it. How disappointing. She's not dead or anything, right? Because No, I keep rooting for this girl to try to flashlight blind me. I'm just gonna hit that Nancy with my hammer to hopefully get this challenge done in case I haven't hit them 10 times already. I feel like majority of my hits have been with the chainsaw. Looks like she stayed at that pallet unless she's running towards her right now. This chick is weird. I feel like all these people have been weird. I imagine she doesn't have BT because a person with BT would run straight to the hook person. She has dead hard, remember? I feel like that was another really weak dead hard. I kind of feel bad for her. Alright, hopefully that was 10 hits at the minimum. What am I doing? I was looking at something else. My bad. I looked away for a second and I'm walking into a locker. Excuse me. Looking like a proper dunce. That was loud. Okay. No Lightborn value, although I think there was an opportunity to get it. That's unfortunate too, because now that means I don't need to use Lightborn anymore. NEDS Unbreakable's my favorite perk combination. No. There was a gaming toolbox, but they weren't doing gens. Honestly, I feel like with how I was performing, I think they should have gotten to at least one gen or something, but they just randomly stopped doing generators. I won't complain. Okay. My God. I guess if I see a flashlight, I'll maybe put on Lightborn, but if there's no flashlights, I'd rather put on Enduring, so I don't have to fear pallets at all. Don't you yell at me. Whoops, 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 whoops. Quit the dang challenge. That's the whole reason I'm doing this thing. Alright, 2 more, because look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Neutral, neutral. 5, 6, 7. 7 killer challenges. And let's count the survivor challenges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me reset that because I went in a weird order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, if I didn't count that one. What about the last one? Because I think the last one was almost the same as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 killer challenges. Survivor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's unfortunate. I want to play more killer for these dang tomes, but they're forcing me to play a survivor. The reason why it's upsetting me so much is because the survivor matchmaking is trash. Whoops. Keep effing up. It takes way too long to find a match of survivor right now, and I don't know why. It's not like this game is losing players, but this game still has an active player base. I don't know why the matchmaking's so bad. Hook the obsession 6 times. Hold on. I'm thinking of something funny to try to get this done in one match, right? Hook the obsession 6 times. That means I need to be able to switch my obsessions. Instantly thinking Michael Myers, but let's see what other choices I have. Like furtive chase, eating DSs and whatnot. I have to look at my perks here. Furtive chase. When a survivor rescues the obsession, they become the obsession. So that's one obsession switch. That just makes an obsession. I need things that switch the obsession, right? I think furtive chase and play with your food is your best bet. I'm looking at what else I have. Oh, play with your food. I'm thinking Nemesis. Nemesis, furtive chase. There is the Nemesis play with your food. You know what? Let me try it. Because I've seen people still run this, even though I don't think it's as good with Leatherface now, but let's give it a whirl. Nemesis, play with your food, hook the obsession 6 times. I know I just said in the last one that I wouldn't play Leatherface to play Hillbilly, but the tomes need to get done, and I want to see if I can get this done in one game. So basically, get hit by a pallet and tunnel the person to death. But that doesn't seem that fun. That's why I'm thinking furtive chase would be better. because I just happen upon the obsession, which would be the savior off a hook. But then I would probably need to sit by the hook, otherwise chances of, yeah, Nemesis play with your food's better, because that's in chase, rather than potentially me having to linger by a hook. Because the savior could be anywhere. Although there are some instances where you would want to stay by the hook. If I had got any messages, although I definitely don't deserve any. I have 2 unread messages. Let me read them. One is a GG. Another, gonna help you with that challenge. Shaking my head. No hate mail, unfortunately, and both of those people had scantily clad women as their pictures. Actually, no, they weren't scantily clad. They were wearing beach attire. Let me excuse myself. How dare I? That is beach attire, not prostitute attire. 2 different things. And it did look like they were on a beach, actually. Let me get further analysis, as it's very important. She looks like she is by sand and water, yes. And she looks like she is also by sand and water. In fact, that looks to be sand on her behind. Okay, so it is Christian attire for the setting. And I was dissing the Survivor matchmaking, and now I can't find a matches killer. Because everyone on Xbox Live has went off. Turn on crossplay! Not happening. Provide the consistent FPS? Gladly. As said before, I don't care about keyboard and mouse. I don't care about, what's it called? Stretched resolution? I don't care. Consistent FPS, please. And then I will gladly face the PC people. But as I keep experiencing frame drops, no thank you. I don't need to dip to single-digit FPS for a split second and then see the PC survivor already 15 meters away from me as I scramble to look for them. Alright, hook the obsession 6 times, so in theory, if I don't find the obsession first... my god, is that a key? Dude. You know the rules, and so do I. So in theory, what I need to do is tunnel people who stun me with a pallet, and hopefully they do stun me with a pallet. I have had Leatherface games where for some reason people refuse to slam a pallet on me, even though, you know, pallets are there so you won't go down to save your life. Yes, there are some cases where saving the pallet for later is smart, like the God pallet, for instance, some strong jungle gym pallets. You don't want to just get rid of 3 of those in the first minute of the game when there's still 5 gens up, sure, but sometimes it's better to use up some resources than just go down like a buffoon. You're sending me to Crotus Prin? Okay. Key sending me to what could potentially be a very survivor-sided map, in my opinion. Referring to the nurses map, not the clowns, because they're in the same realm. The nurse, I consider it survivor-sided because the nurses map. That building has 4 God pallets, if I'm not mistaken. 2 God windows. That's really it. That's about it. And you can get balanced landing value off of it as well, as it does have a 2nd floor to it. That's really all you need to make a crazy good structure. And those windows, they do the job by themselves. Honestly, you almost never need to use those pallets because those windows are readily available. They're not out of the way, they're right there waiting for you, and they can be used to full effectiveness. What is Deep Rock Galactic? Deep Rock Galactic is a better Save the World. It is what Epic Games will never be when it comes to making a cooperative PvE experience. Deep Rock Galactic is the future of cooperative PvE games. Deep Rock Galactic is made with love and care and commitment and dedication and wet kisses and yeast cones. Okay, thankfully I got the clowns version. Deep Rock Galactic is a very, very, very cool game. After I'm done with these killer challenges, I can broadcast that to better explain it to you if you don't want to look up stuff about it yourself. It's a very good game. It's what me and JV went to once we realized Save the World is not the game to be playing, ever. And that's really all I can say positive about it at the moment. It's just a really good game. I could have chained that together. He's gonna need to drop that pallet, otherwise he's going down. God pallet down. Thankfully, Quentin doesn't like Dwight and keeps denying him the thing. Were any of those dudes the obsession? Yes. That dude was the obsession. Okay. Imagine if there was another one there. Alright, so that's one... No, I need to hook the obsession. What am I thinking? Watching that For Honor dude, or Dark Souls YouTuber turned For Honor dude? Okay. Well, after this game, I could probably explain it, because as much as I play games, I have not mastered the art of talking about another thing and focusing on the game. I need dudes to pallet stun me, please. Find a pallet. This match almost looks like it's already going to be over. Maybe I should hit them with the hammer instead of one-shotting them. Hook the obsession 6 times. Alright, I think after this dude, I'm just gonna start slugging people until I can start hooking the obsession. They haven't even picked up that Dwight. I don't know where that Dwight is, but he's still on the ground. Okay, there we go. Can I see the Dwight? Dwight is over there. Got you. Got you. For now, I need to hook Dwight. Eyes on Dwight. He's still at the killer shack. All 3 of them are over there, in fact. Dwight shouldn't be here, though. That wouldn't be smart. What is going on here? Dwight's probably very confused as to why I singled him out rather than trying to kill the entire team. You'll understand soon enough, child. Alright, count. This is the first obsession hook. I need someone to stun me with a pallet now. Or eat a DS. So, tunnel the Quentin. So, depending on who I see here is how I'm going to play. If I see the Savior first, I'm going to get a pallet stun. If I see Quentin, I'm going to try to get him down fast so he can DS me, and then I can hook him again. Cutting through the building? Not sure. Wow, she effed up. Lucky she got the pallet stun. That's good though. Yeah, that's what I need. Mind you, I've never played with DS. Or DS. The heck? I've never played with Nemesis Play With Your Food before, so this might be a bit strange to me. In fact, not might, it is. But this girl's gonna know what I'm doing. You need to drop this, otherwise you're going down. Like I said. Was it lying to you? Okay, this is the second obsession hook. Bang. Alright, now I need to create a new obsession. I'll let that gen go because they haven't gotten a single gen done. I think that's my 3rd hook, so honestly it's not too bad for them, but still not good. What are you doing? 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 Oh my god, he almost let me get that. I think if I unleashed that, he might have gotten hit by it. Is he going around for it again? No, good, 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 good. Find a pallet. Can I run you towards a pallet? Okay, there's no pallet there, so it won't be my obsession. I need someone to find a pallet. Yes, stun me. Dude. Like, what the heck? Why is everyone acting so weird? I don't want to hook him, because I don't want to... I want to get this in one game. I have two obsession hooks. I need 4 more. I'm not asking for a lot. Just find freaking pallets. Slam them on me. Let me tunnel you. Simple. I'm a simple lad. Thank God. Alright, she's gonna be picking up the Dwight, this person that did this gen right here. He's not even at the pallet. Oh, is he giving up because of the Mori I brought? I didn't even remember I had that until I saw that icon. Okay, obsession has been fully healed. Is he next to a pallet? Yes, stun this. Stun me, please. Oh, I'm Leatherface. Yeah. Interesting. I need to find Nia again, because he's going to be using that. I don't want him to do that. He won't be my obsession that way. This is complicated. Why is this complicated? It shouldn't be complicated. I should have just used Furtive Chase. I gotta stop breaking the pallets. Messed up. doing that often. She might have DS. Yes, this is the key bearer, but challenges must be done. This is the third obsession hook. 3 more, 3 more, 3 more. Stop breaking the freaking pallets. I need to get stunned by them. But that means their timing needs to be better. Like, even if I run right into it, chances are I might break it. Crap. That's why it's just been sucking so much. Very good, Dead Hard. Please find a pallet. There's no pallet there. Yes! Perfect. Is exactly what I needed. I honestly didn't think I would even hit him, but he let that happen. 4th obsession hook. Need 2 more. Pallet there. Okay. Potentially might eat this Nia's DS. In fact, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tunnel this Nia now so she DS's me. Because they're running out of pallets on one side of the map, I'm noticing. So I'm gonna try to find Nia here. Yeah, but I wanted to use my chainsaw. What are you doing? Like, what is up with this Nia and pallet usage? Please have DS. Oh, thank God. She's getting tunneled to death now. You're not sitting right there, are you? Okay, I didn't hear her run off, that's why. Alright, so now she will be tunneled and she will send me a lovely message for playing better than her. Dwight's probably so confused. I'm gonna make her panic. It feels good. That felt good. That felt really good. So, wait, Death, is this my 4th or 5th obsession hook? All that talking got me thrown off. It's either 4 or 5. Which one? And she wasted that pallet, unfortunately. Crap. Dwight, I hate you. I freaking hate this dude. Stun me with this pallet right now, so I can tunnel you. That's 5, so this is my last one. He's really doing this to me. Look at him, he's not even wiggling. Does he know? Come on. I know this is one of the more boring ways to do this, but come on. Because potentially they might pick up that girl's key and try to leave before I can get the 6th one, so I need to get you dead. You know why that didn't count? Because he didn't stun me. I'm so disappointed, man. I'm so disappointed. He really just did that to me. Man, shut up. You gotta die now. Yo, dude, they're about to pick up her key and leave. And I'm not gonna get this 6th one. Dude. Yeah, I know I should Mori, but I want points. Please, man. Hold on. Because this went so south so fast because that dude doesn't know how to do a pallet save. One of them definitely grabbed her key, because this always happens. I didn't realize it was so commonplace for people to vulture the keys off of people, but it happens every single time. Just one pallet, dude. Oh god, I'm not going to be able to find these people now because they're going to be skulking around. Look, the hatch is right here. Doing gens? I don't even know what's the last gen they did. Excuse me? Shouldn't I see the last gen that they did? I saw a bird fly over there, but I think this is the bird that I triggered. I am so shocked that these people decided to do gens. Now please find a dang pallet to slam on me. Look, there's one right here. Oh god, this is bad. Come on, I wanted one challenge done. That's not even close to being finished. Oh, I can actually monitor both these gates. Oh, there we go. Is there a pallet there? I think there is a pallet right there. Yes, there is. Surprise stun. Let's go! Alright, Quentin, now you're dead. Oh, there we go. Quentin, you don't know how many favors you've done me. Even if he goes to that window, it doesn't matter. He didn't go for the window, so he goes down. Good last turn. Very good last turn. Oh, thank goodness. Man, that almost went bad. That almost went very bad. Is there a bot in my chat right now? Hey, Death, can you see the thing that I'm seeing? Because I don't know how Twitch works, and I want to know if I'm looking at a bot right now. Or is this like some automated message from Twitch? In search of followers, primes, and views? Come on, big follows, come. Oh yeah, this is a scam bot. Heck no. I didn't actually read the message. So, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah, if I read the message, I wouldn't have even asked that question. Okay. There are bots on every website, huh? Well, their gem was crushed. Turned into alchemy dust. Challenge done, right? Yeah, 6 obsession hooks in one game. Nice. Autodidact. Respect. Autodidact user. Any DS Unbreakables? Nope. Maximum fog, I did notice it. Alright, didn't even have to worry. But weren't there bots before when I used to... Back in 2015 when I used to stream Battlefront 1, I think there were bots as well, too. Well, I mean, bots are a timeless thing. They'll always be there. People always make them. Okay, I think that leaves me with one last challenge, and that's kill 12 survivors by any means necessary. So, Deep Rock Galactic, what do you want to know about it? Do you want to know how it plays? Do you want to know the lore? Get specific. And I'm sure I can answer just about every question, except for, like, statistical numbers and such. Because I can go off on a racist tirade about what is Deep Rock Galactic, but I don't know if you want to hear that tirade. Unless you do. In which case, let me know. Last killer challenge. Okay, 12 by any means. Alright, time to go back on Billy. Gameplay mostly. Okay. First things first, water. Jesus Christ. Alright. Gameplay. The gameplay of Deep Rock Galactic. Well, it's a first-person perspective. You are a dwarf, but don't worry. The dwarven thing doesn't really matter, you know, as you're shorter field of vision. You are a dwarf for a mining company, and it's first person. 4 classes: gunner, scout, engineer, driller. Each class has a very specific role. Classes do matter. There are some missions where you will want to use some classes over more than others. You can use the same class, so you can have 4 gunners, 3 engineers, 1 scout, yada yada yada. Each class plays a specific role with their tools and their weaponry. You can't mix and match. So each class has their set loadout, with a few things they can swap. Like each class has 4 weapons, 4 unique weapons, 3 unique grenades, and 2 unique tools/gadgets. I don't know. You've never played Fortnite Save the World, so I can't make Save the World comparisons. Your enemies are these bug-like things called glyphids. They look like those things that ate Benjamin Carmine in that worm's stomach. You're gonna have a variety of enemies flying on the ground, enemies that are gonna rush you, enemies that are more tanky, boss-type enemies. There are currently 7 missions, I believe. Mining expedition, salvage operate, yada yada yada. Yeah, you haven't. I don't know how much you've played like PvE games like Save and Deep Rock, so I'm trying to figure out how to explain it to you without being confusing. Because normally I would just make comparisons to those games, but that wouldn't work with you. Really team based. You can play solo. There is a bot that will accompany you called Bosco. If you don't play with anyone, Bosco is I forgot, it's an acronym, BOSCO. Don't know what it stands for, but you know, games figure that out. Bosco will do everything that a player could do. Bosco can mine resources. Mining is very important. Gathering resources. You're gonna find resources in the caves, things like gold. Your ammo. Ammo is called nitra. You get enough nitra to call in a resupply, which gives you your ammo back. For everything, ammo being your grenades, your gadget, your special tool, primary, secondary ammunition. There are modifications for those weapons, built-in mods. Overclocks, they're like a special attachment you can put on a weapon. You can only have one. There are 3 classes of overclocks: clean, balanced, unstable. Clean is all positive, balance is usually a positive and a negative, and unstable is a crazy good positive, but with a big drawback. It's a very, very, very good game. Actually, you know, I think Bilbo made a video that, like, tries to explain Deep Rock Galactic as a game very shortly. Because, admittedly, I'm not so good at describing things. Do you think I'm about to sneak up on this chick? She's not looking behind her, yeah. GG for her. Pay attention next time. I still have Lightborn, I just realized, not Enduring. It's a very good game. It's very... You already have it downloaded, see how small it is. You see how small it is. It's procedurally generated. You can play it by yourself, in the sense of, like, nothing is impossible. You can't do... Or you can do everything that you can do with a team. Teammates aren't necessary, but teammates make the gameplay a lot better, because it is a team-based game. Oh, there's two people here. You got Sprint Burst? Oh, lucky. If I had Doom Engravings, I would have caught him there. Nice. Very good. Very good. This Dwight's not dumb. It's got good humor, excellent writing with the comedy and stuff. I can explain a bit more when I'm not intensely focused on this right now. Oh my god, look how many pallets he has. If he goes to that one in the middle, that'd be really good. No, he didn't. Okay. Nothing there. Can I curve all the way around this? Oh, if that rock was in there, yeah, would've. I think that's in the storehouse, isn't it? There's no more pallets in the storehouse. It's weird. There is crossplay on Deep Rock Galactic, so when you do play it, you will run into computer people and other Xbox people. It is a Microsoft exclusive. I need to break that wall, otherwise that makes a god pallet. Or a god window, not pallet. Is she gonna run towards the window? She's not, so she needs to drop this on me or she goes down. Okay, next I need to break that wall. She's gonna go to that TL, I'm not gonna entertain it. Although I might. But I need to break this. Alright. I'm not gonna bother kicking that because it won't matter. He'll just fix it. Okay, so David and Nancy seem to be weak links. Although I shouldn't just outright call David a weak link off of that. That was just a simple mistake. Nancy's was too, I guess. Yep, that's a storehouse, just like I said. See him way over there. That's a generator that most killers without mobility can't really defend, but I think I might be able to defend this. That's Dwight. Dwight has Sprint Burst, do not forget. Can't curve around because that rock there, unfortunately. He might go a full rotation around that thing. Might. Nah, he didn't. That Dwight seems to be good, so I don't want to F with him too much, as he seems like he'll be very good at wasting my time. They fully healed right here. That's Nancy, first vault. She has Lithe. Where's she going? Oh, lucky. Another Nancy with a flashlight, I notice. Yeah, this Nancy's definitely a weaker link. Yeah, I'll go a bit more in-depth into it after this match. Because right now it looks like I have potentially a match on my hands. It does seem like there's only one person who's really a threat. That's not Tinkerer. That is Tinkerer. However, Dwight's not stupid. Waste of Sprint Burst. I'll try to get a hit on this dude, then pop that generator, as I'd like to get some pressure on him. Yeah, I'll take a pallet as well. Actually, I'm not going to pop that generator. That generator is very out of the way. I don't want to keep going back to that one. This is two TLs back to back, which could be very strong if they know what they're doing. One. Does he have Lithe too? He does. That's one vault, and then he runs away from it. Yeah, I don't know what Nancy and David are doing. Oh yeah, I know. I remember. Just try my member. Two people on that. Go for the window, maybe? I can't vault that window because there's an opening right there she can see me through. Yeah, I figured Nancy would F up like that. It's very unfortunate that Nancy and David are wearing their team down so much. I don't even know how that other girl is like. I don't think I've really seen her play. She seemed good though, not going down instantaneously like these two. Push to the right. She just ran into me. So I'm definitely going to smack David here. He does have Lithe, so I imagine he's going to vault this to get Lithe. Yep. It's very obvious. People with Lithe are very predictable. They do everything in their power to get their speed boost immediately. I'll eat his DS, and if he doesn't have DS, then that's just unfortunate. I didn't see where Dwight was. That sucks. That really sucks. I feel bad for this Dwight. Because he's good. So if I had a full team of people like him, that would have been fun. But I can't say matches like this are the most fun. Plus, this won't help me get better at Hillbilly. Oh. I outbrained the person with the brain. Feels good. Name's Neffy, friend. Driver Neffy. Pleasure to meet you. Alright. Yeah, it's his first millimeter. Suck to suck. Alright, that's 1/3 of the way done. So, what else is there to talk about with Deep Rock? Yeah, it's cross-play, first-person shooter, heavily class-focused. Teamwork is key. Multiple difficulty settings. This is something that is more personal to me, but when it comes to PvE games, I like them to be difficult. And thankfully, Deep Rock has the answer to that with 5 difficulty settings. Well, I'm trying to think of the names, but the names aren't important. It's 5... Wait a second. You can climb all these rocks now. Interesting. Yeah, 5 difficulty settings, and they are hard. For more experienced people like me and JV, we usually play on 4, but if we want to play on 5, we need to try very hard. Like, 5 is extremely difficult, even if you're stacked on modifications and skills and everything. So it can be a very difficult game, but it's tailored to that difficulty setting. Difficulty changes the speed of the enemies, damage of the enemies. Does it change the health? I don't know if it changes the health or you do more damage, but I'll say it gives them more health, and it increases the spawn rate. The hardest one is very, very difficult. So when you max it out, it basically just overclocks the game. Everything is worse. Not resources though, like in the game, because remember it is procedurally generated. So stuff like your resources, how many minerals you're going to be finding in the mission and stuff, that won't change based off of difficulty. That changes based on how the game generated the caves. There's multiple biomes. And the biomes aren't just for looks, the biomes actually change things. Each biome has 2, I guess I'll call them anomaly effects. For example, the magma core has Hawksquakes and volcanoes. Hawksquakes being, earthquake, but the planet's called Hawks. The Hawksquake opens like a rift in the ground, which is all molten and magma and such. And with the biomes, it also potentially changes some of the enemies as well. For instance, there is an enemy called a Praetorian. It's basically a big armored version of the basic enemy. And normally, it spits acid at you. Like, it sprays acid at you in a short range in front of it. If you go to the frost biome, it turns into a frost Praetorian, and it tries to freeze you with its breath. If you go to the radioactive exclusion zone, it, instead of spitting acid at you, it surrounds itself in a radioactive aura, making it very dangerous to stand around. So the biomes do play a big part in how the game is played. Some biomes, your pickaxe, your trusty pickaxe, it's how you get your minerals and everything. Some biomes take less pickaxe hits to manipulate. Deep Rock Galactic, you can break everything that you see. The driller has resources made mostly for messing with the terrain. Like, it's that same girl with her freaking key again. Do I have a Mori on this dude? Oh, praise God. She's definitely getting the chainsaw this time. The Sandblasted Corridors. Some of the names are weird. Sandblasted Corridors is an all-sand biome, and your pickaxe hits, it breaks stuff in 1 hit. In other places, it's made more out of rock. It takes 3 hits. Yeah, power attacks with your pickaxes, cool events in missions, like you'll find random machinery and whatnot left by the mining company that activates cool events. Like there's one, and these events allow you to get these overclocks. This is stuff that you won't be able to do immediately at the game, but it doesn't take long to unlock everything, have everything available to you. You have to do a couple of entry-level assignments and stuff to get a hang of the game. The game is full of tutorials, and not in the sense of you won't be doing cool stuff for a long time, in the sense of there is no reason you shouldn't know how to play the game. The game in its pause menu has what is called the Miner's Manual. It is the first thing you should look at when you play the game. It's right there, you cannot miss it. The Miner's Manual will explain everything about the game. It will explain every mission. It will explain how the classes work. It will explain every biome and what each biome does and some lore about it. There is a bestiary in the game, meaning after you kill one of the enemy, of the many, you will unlock them in the bestiary, and then you can study the enemy's stats, their attack, their defense, their speed, special attacks, weak points if you don't know it just by seeing them. Bestiary is very important as well if you want to understand the best way to tackle certain enemies. So honestly, the game answers a lot of questions that I might be answering for you already here. It's an excellent game, though. It is made with a lot of love, a lot of passion. That passion is evident. They just released their first official really big update. It's actually their second, but their first update was stuff that just couldn't make it into their launch deadline. This second update has released two of its biggest missions, called On-Site Refinery and Escort Duty, I believe. I don't want to spoil what those missions are. I'd rather you see them for yourself. It's freaking awesome. It has an amazing soundtrack. It's like synth. Don't think that just means... I know you're an intellectual, but for some reason people think synth automatically means Stranger Things. Stranger Things. Stranger Things. Synthwave style music. Soundtrack is freaking fire. There are some exclusive soundtracks you'll hear when a swarm kicks in. Like a horde of enemies. Think from Left 4 Dead. When you hear the zombies yell and a bunch of them come, swarms in-game. The swarms also are affected by the difficulty and the frequency of them, how many are going to be actually in the swarm. The game's amazing. When you play it, I have no doubt that you will enjoy it, I hope. Very accessible. Game's not hard at all to learn and to enjoy due to its difficulty settings. Very accessible game, very fun game. They sent me to Midwich, and I don't want to play this game anymore. God dang it. Like Vermintide in what, the Swarms, or something else I said, because I know this can be delayed a little bit. Because if I were to compare Deep Rock Galactic to something, I would say it's, no, you can't stealth. The enemies know. The Glyphids, it's their planet. They don't have eyes. But they know where you are. We are invaders on their world, but we need their resources. The company. Deep Rock needs to provide the goods. That's the name of the game, by the way. The company you work for, it's called Deep Rock Galactic. Yes. The swarms, that's akin to stuff like Left 4 Dead. Game has, like, hybrid of Left 4 Dead in the sense of, special enemies and such. It has classes, which is just, every game. Every cooperative game really has classes nowadays, but the classes actually do play a very important role in Deep Rock, so there's not a distinctive best class. Each class has their own role. That's something I really like about it. There's no definitive, like, this is the best. Every class has their purpose. Some classes are better for some other missions. It's really good. What's it called? There is game chat. You could put push to talk or whatever. You should have I know you have a computer. The game should be free to you on the computer as well. If you have it on the Xbox. What else? Yeah, it's just really good. I'm only going to open that one, by the way. I never open the top one. I get people trapped that way. Works really well. Oh god. Honestly, whenever it's Midwich, I don't... Oh, it's you. So, thank God you're right here, because you will be moried soon now. Now this girl is marked for death. God dang, stop rushing me. Game just started. I actually couldn't see that Meg because of how dark it is. You bet you're behind, I'm tunneling that Nia to death. Bringing a key into 2 of my matches. Does she have Dead Hard? She just has Dead. Alright, good riddance to this chick. Keys get banned. Play better next time. I bet she brought me to Midwich, too. Let me not hold that against her. I need to see the post-game evidence. Alright. When it's Midwich, I don't care. Midwich, Haddonfield... Yeah, those are the only 2 maps I really don't care about. Every other map, you know, I hope to get a good match. When it's Midwich, there are no boundaries. Was that a balanced landing play? It was. Very good. That was very high IQ. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with her. Is he breaking my stuff? Come on. Keep your hands to yourself. The heck is your problem? Broke this already. Is he giving up? Good. No. You gonna vault that? I didn't think he would get the fast vault. That was a very good fast vault. God pallet right here. Okay. Fascinating. Okay. I wish I could say more about this match, but it's Midwich. Death, do you know anything about Silent Hill? Is there anything you can tell me about why this map sucks? Because, according to some people on YouTube, the reason why this map is built this way and it's shaped so horribly is because it's accurate to the Silent Hill in-game. Like the original Silent Hill that I guess this map came from. And that's why it's so horrifically made. And if that's true, I would like your confirmation. But if you don't know, then screw it. Honestly, I hope that's true, because it would sort of be a valid excuse why this map is abhorrent. Did she just stop? I think she stopped. Aww, couldn't glide off that dough. Thank you, Ace. I would do the same personally. Look, I can barely see this girl. When she stood right there, I had to do a double take. I couldn't tell if she was still there. My TV is very dark. I don't know if that translates to how dark my game is on the footage. Alright, praise God, the Midwich game ended fast. Alright, last one. Alright, so after this, if I get 4 people, that is, because I do need to get 4. If I do get 4, this will be the last match. Then I will cut this off, and either go back to Iceborne or try to get the Survivor challenges done. Of course she sent me to Midwich as well. The heck? A key, Midwich? Come on. That's a fun sponge right there. 2 anti-fun things on the same person. What time is it? 5:40. You know, I could walk Nico at this time. Oh, it's so dark outside, I love it. I can't be the only one that's alone. I hate the cold and the extreme heat, but if there's one thing I cannot deny I love about this time of year, is I love how dark it gets very early. Or I love how it gets dark very early. Yeah, I'm telling you, ever since I've been out of school now, ever since I've been done with school, my English has sucked. Can't speak anymore. And no, I didn't drop out. I graduated. I am a high school graduate. Before somebody asks. Yeah, I guess I'll keep on Lightborn until I don't want it anymore. God, I loved... Oh my god. I don't care. Shut up, Ash. Sorry, be quiet, Ash. Man, I'm sick of this. Alright, so I think it's time to experiment with these add-ons, right? It's time to increase the charge time for better speed. Alright. What was I saying? Yeah, I loved when it was dismissal, especially when I used to go to after school at like 5:30 it ended, and it was just dark outside. Oh, I don't know why I liked it so much. And now she's sending me to Larry's. Does she know that she's getting me every time? So she's like, okay, he's gonna be playing Hillbilly. Let me send him to Larry's. Wasn't I playing Leatherface the first time against this chick? I think so. What's it called? I've been having a lot of dreams about my school friends again. God. It's not very emotional, but I can't deny it feels bittersweet when I wake up. Because obviously when you're in the dream, you know, that whole you don't know you're in the dream, but you do know you're in the dream, in the sense of when you're in your dreams setting, your dreams world, you don't, most times at least, unless you're lucid dreaming, which I've only had the fortunate experience of like twice, if you're not lucid dreaming, you don't even realize that you're in a dream, even though you should, because weird stuff is going on, you're seeing weird people. Like, I obviously should know that I shouldn't be seeing my school people anymore. But I was. And... be quiet. And... yeah, this one was a bit weird. It was where I live right now, like my apartment and the general area around the apartment, but of course with weird modifications, and there was a building in the back where I walked Nico. Then I walked Nico through that building, and it was weird. I was seeing the people in the hallways and whatnot. I don't think I spoke to any of them. And of course, it's only when I wake up that I realize, and it feels good. It feels good. Alright, so... well, I can definitely feel that movement speed increase, but it's hilarious. Isn't this one of Hillbilly's worst maps? Same with the game. Good attempt. Yep, I'm not forgetting. Ever since you reminded me that first time, I have not forgotten. Unless I have, and you're calling me out on it. There you are, my lovely. I heard someone on this still. Yo. The shadow. I thought the shadow I saw was her. Death, I need to learn Hillbilly. This tome demands Hillbilly, and I also want to learn Hillbilly, because you know, ever since they changed the Chainsaw Killers, at least in my experience, not a lot of people have been playing Hillbilly. And it's like, you know, since this tome demands you to play Hillbilly, I actually want to learn this dude. Because I've been playing Leatherface for so long, even before he got his change. And Hillbilly is definitely harder to play. I'd say there's more to learn with Hillbilly, and I think he's the harder of the Chainsaw Killers, and I wanna learn him. I don't wanna ignore him. So I wanna play this dude. The tome just gives me better reasons to, you know? Two very weak pellets. Dead Heart? That was unnecessary. I could have just kicked it. Those are his scratches. Turn around so someone can blind me. I do want points, so I don't want to just automatically Mori. I do want to Mori the Nia. And potentially only the Nia. What? You know, that's true. Funny that you mentioned that. Yesterday, last night, I went into folks' room. They were watching a movie, so I watched a little bit of it with them. And I brought in a can of Coca-Cola. And about halfway through the can, I lost my appetite. I wasn't tasting it anymore, so I asked if one of them wanted it. That happens, man. When you have so much of something, although I don't really like drinking soda that much anymore, but Coca-Cola was the primary soda when I did used to drink a lot of soda, you lose it. Very unfortunate for Meg. Anyone want to bear witness? That's the truth of it, though. You do not taste that stuff anymore. I think that Nia is purposely avoiding me. I wouldn't be surprised if she brought Object of Obsession and has been staring at me when I'm not looking. Healing right there. Finished healing. Drop right here. Ash can't get enough of me. I almost feel bad for this dude. I'll give him a chance. Please drop that. Okay, good. Because if he didn't drop that, he would have went down. I'm gonna do something I don't do very often, and I'm gonna drop him. I usually do not care if I'm tunneling somebody, but I kind of pity that Ash. I heard someone. I heard Ash. He's that loud. Jesus. So loud. What's going on here? Also, remember that dude I told you about on Discord, that Michael Go? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He also played the original Captain Price from the first 2 Call of Duty games. Wild. Of course, I know nothing about that role, but still. I know Captain Price as a character. You better have Dead Hard. Like I said, you better have Dead Hard. She already knows who it is. I'm the only person who wears blue cosmetics on my killers. There's no mystery that I know who you are and you know who I am. If she's been keeping tally like I have. Man, that speed boost. Man, that feels good. Tinker on that. Couldn't get the curve. Ash, I no longer feel bad for you. Pay attention. Oh yeah, he definitely does, and you can tell why. I didn't... Oh shoot, there's no hook there. I didn't even realize that he was so many characters. Like, there's some repeating ones that I can tell. Is he gonna get off? Does he have boil over? Wait a second. Does he have boil over? I have a thing on my TV screen, so I can't see the bottom right completely. Did he have boil over? Because if he did, I couldn't see the icon. But that felt like boil over. I don't know what I'm doing. That was dumb. Ash, I pity you again. I'm gonna drop you. He does have boil over. Okay, noted. Pay attention. Oh, there you are, my love. Yes. She needs to go, because she's the one bringing me to these maps. She's the one bringing in this key. That's a bad window. You're gonna sit at this pallet. No, you're not. I hear Ash on this. Disrespectful prick. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky, Nia. Friendship ended with Nia. Ash's best friend now. Freaking boil over. Well, perfect map to get boil over, right? I think out of all the indoor maps, this is the best one for boil over. Is she in some dark corner that I can't see? Or am I just losing my mind? Almost in a dark corner. God, I hate all the ambient noises on this map. Is it ambient or ambient? Ambience? Ambience? Is it like data? Data? So if they complete one more gen, I think the hatch then spawns. Right? Yes. Yeah. They need to do one more gen and then the hatch will spawn. Okay, noted. There you are, my sweet. I'm gonna get points out of her, so I'm gonna hit her first and then chainsaw her. prolong her agony. I have a feeling she won't even drop this. She better. Wow. Didn't expect the pallet right there. Weird. I don't know why you would disrespect me then, but your time is over. Your time is up. Your time is now. Beautiful cinematography. Okay, yeah, you can definitely still 180. Do I see scratches? One more match, that means. God dang it. Alright. I won't complain. Almost D-pipped. What did I do? Didn't I only Mori one person? Wow. Man, what is this person's problem? They send killers to not favorable maps. Honestly, the key doesn't even bother me that much anymore. But why the map offerings? Why these maps? You know what you're doing? Oh my goodness. Jesus, that is a Chad setup. He's 1 inch away from DS Unbreakable. Or, no, not DS Unbreakable. I'm thinking of a non-Chad setup. I'm thinking no mither self-care. No mither self-care, inner strength, and what else? No mither self-care, inner strength, fixated. Yeah, fixated. Because you only get the walking benefit when you're not injured. Okay. Alright, one more. Variety is the spice of life. I do have dailies I need to do, right? Yeah. I see demo, I immediately go to demo. Yes, I use Fire Up on Demogorgon. Why? Because it's hilarious. Now, if I was serious, I would put Corrupt here. Because near enough every time I do play demo, even though I'm getting really good with him, still, about one, if I'm very unlucky, 2 gens pop by the time I get my first hook, regardless of how fast it is. But why would you use Corrupt Intervention to stop gens from getting done when you can just use Fire? No, but you know what's another good thing about it? When you play this game very often, you run into familiar faces, and then rivalries start forming, and deep-rooted hatreds start forming between people. There's a couple people in this game that really don't like me. I have no idea why, but they have not stopped disliking me for months, based off of one Pyramid Head game where they got schmacked. So every time I run into them, they're always playing Freddy. That's the only killer they play. That's the only killer they know. He's the easiest killer to play, undoubtedly. Either that or Omega Spirit. And every now and then, I'll run into them multiple times a day. You know, they'll shake their head at me when they kill me as Freddy, yada 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 yada, who cares? But when I find them, and then I get to kill them with Demogorgon, and I'm using Fire Up, it's humbling. It's very humbling, because these are Ruin, Undying, Pop Goes the Weasel, Corrupt Intervention, / Barbecue and Chili, Freddy, Red Paintbrush, Swing Chain gamers. That's what these are the gamers I'm talking about, and when they can get humbled by Demogorgon with Fire Up, that feels good. But I don't feed people like that. I did join the one party invite they sent me. Started snoring, kicked me out, and ever since then, that entire group of them, they just don't like me. And they haven't stopped not liking me. I don't know why. I don't message them. If they message me, I don't think I answer anymore. I don't know why. They need to let go. Yeah, it was a Pyramid Head game on Autohaven, and they lost because they kept rushing towards the basement. And then they complained about me sitting next to the basement instead of letting them unhook and then winning the game as they were crushing the generators. Like, that loss was 2,000% them playing poorly. And mind you, my Pyramid Head is trash. I also have another running gag with no one but myself. My Pyramid Head, I might as well show, has been at level 19 for months. I don't know why. I'd find it hilarious that I just have a level 19 Pyramid Head, but I've just kept him here for months. And these are the only perks I have on him, and the only perks I use on him. And he crushes, because Pyramid Head is just stupid strong base kit. No perks, no definitely no you don't need any ad. Like, this dude is just, he's mental. Pyramid Head is one of the best killers in the game, in my opinion. And this is what they've been humbled by. Or they were humbled by, back then. Like, dude. Embarrassing. It's not embarrassing to get beat by someone using that stuff, but it is embarrassing to get pissy. When you're using the top stuff, you're playing as hard as you can, and then you get humbled. Blight is very fun. Haven't been playing him because I've been playing Demogorgon and now Hillbilly. But Blight, even though he is much worse here on console, he is much worse here on console. Like, oh my god, FPS is his worst enemy. He is always fun. Regardless of how it is, he is always fun. I haven't played him in a while, but I've heard there's an issue with him colliding with stuff. As in, he's back to sliding off of stuff instead of bumping into it. I don't know that from experience, or playing against many Blights, as for some reason there's been a surge of Deathslingers instead. Really weird. But for memory, he is always fun. Pray to God I get into this match, I just need one more kill. Let me free. Got all this talking. I don't know how dudes can stream for like 24 hours talking the entire while. Like, my lips, I have to put on so much Vaseline and drink so much water just when I make these hour-long things. And I don't know why I always make hour-long things, but it's just what I feel comfy doing. And dude, my lips get so chapped. I'm putting on Vaseline right now. I don't know how dudes can do that without hydrating and freaking rubbing their lips with the good stuff. Inconceivable to me. But I guess if you make a living off of it, you either endure it or you get used to it. Can you get used to your lips getting dry, though? And your voice getting hoarse? I can't say my voice gets hoarse because I don't yell. But still. Madness. You know, one of the first things I do want to do when I get employed and we get the heck out of this Forsaken City is I do want to get a computing device. Because I would like to actually make videos. Nothing crazy, but just stuff. But with limitations of an Xbox and a phone, I can't do what I want to do. Because I'm limited on the software and hardware. My mom has lent me her laptop. She basically loaned it to me. Not loaned it to me. Gave me a hand-me-down. I've been trying to use Blender on that thing. I want to make a piece. Blender as in the 3D modeling program Blender. In my head, I want to import the Last of Us 2 Ellie and Abby models, and I want to make the Deathslinger Mori with Ellie as the Deathslinger and Abby on the receiving end, and I want it to be when he shoots them in the mouth. Oh, just thinking about it is so funny. And I want to recreate that in Blender and make it fully realized, but I haven't gotten started yet. Oh god. Just visualizing it in my head is so funny. Like, if I actually were to do it, which honestly I kind of doubt that I'd be able to do, anytime soon at least, I would, without a doubt, make that my profile picture, either on YouTube or on the Xbox, because good god, that would be hilarious. Oh god. It's funny. Dude, it's so freaking funny. Oh goodness. And I don't even think I would need a... Oh, be quiet. You sound like those people who went after that dude, what was it, in Red Dead Redemption 2? The guy who hog-tied the feminists and fed her to alligators. This guy's a psychopath, YouTube, take down his video! Oh god. I imagine it shouldn't be too hard, right? Because I don't even need, like, say, the Deathslinger's gun or anything, because I think you could use, like, magic to not really... I would need, like, a pointed object through Abby's mouth. Yeah. But I'm thinking of the camera angle. You know how it looks, right? You know how Deathslinger's Mori looks. I'm thinking of that perspective. So it wouldn't need to show much. We just need to have Ellie on the right side, smiling, maybe with white pupils, like a con zombie. Some pointed thing through Abby's mouth. Oh god. I don't know why I find it so funny. You know why I find it so funny? I'll tell you why it's so funny to me. I'm imagining the Deathslinger's laugh coming from Ellie. Oh god. Oh, with the white pupils and everything. Yo, blame Bilbo for half of this, because he's the one that reminded me of the white pupils and the laughing and everything, and now that's all I can think about. But when you just switch up the characters, it becomes oddly funny to me. It doesn't help that when I start thinking about Last of Us 2 now, I think of the game as a comedy. Like, legitimately, every scene from that game can make me laugh now, as that's how I've decided to think about it nowadays. And it's a very good and healthy mindset to have regarding that game, because of how nonsensical and stupid it is. So it just becomes hilarious. So it just makes a hilarious concoction of comedy for me. Call me demented, whatever. Oh man, that's good. Alright, need to kill at least one person in this match, and just get some shreds. Yeah, DBD, we have two killers who laugh all the time now, right? Deathslinger and Clown. Clown, of course, being the original. Did I just crack my glasses? I heard a distinct cracking sound as I was rubbing my eye. These glasses have done me well. I don't want them going anytime soon. I've had these things since, like, end of middle school. Is when I got my first ever ones replaced. This is my second pair of glasses ever. And I imagine if I never outgrow them, which at this point I think I'm done growing, they should last me forever? Don't know. I don't know if I would need to eventually get them replaced, but I figure if they still fit me, I'd see no reason for them to get changed. I'm not an eye doctor, so what the heck do I know? But if they're still working, I will refuse any visits. And that'll be how I go blind before the young age of 30. If I live that long. Speaking of age, you know that frickin' Frick Sonic kid? He's 22. Looks and sounds like a kid still, but he is 22. When he said that on his video, I was like, wait, what? Because I knew he was a grown dude. It was, I think one of his videos, he was on a college campus or something, but he said he's 22. I'm like, what? What? That was weird. Like, how the heck is he gonna look and sound at 30? Can't really hide portals that well on this map. It's unfortunate. And this map is called Gas Haven, not Gas Heaven. I hate how hooks mess with your portal placements. Oh my god, the FPS. Do you see that? I don't know how that person disappeared. Maybe they're behind a tree or something. Yo, just as I said that, I thought I saw an arm at the tree. You don't know Actions and consequences, freaking fricks. You freaking fricks? No? It doesn't ring any bells? What the flip? Deadrod? Hello? Oh my god, this is another weird match. Did I see someone here? I did. The heck out of here. What the flip? Oh yeah, you might see some dips in quality. On my YouTube videos, you can even see when the stream bugs out or something. Can't help it. My internet is wired, so I don't know how I'd improve it. Unless you're just saying the game looks ugly. Holy heck, look at this. Look at this. No, I need to go next to a gen that I can kick. That's when it's worst. Okay. He just started walking. Okay, look at this. Look at this FPS. Oh my god. Look at the FPS. Sorry, David. I'm fine. I'm okay. Man, I don't care about graphics or anything in games. I'm a frame rate person now. 30 FPS, I'm fine with. 60 FPS, glorious. But it needs to be consistent. Like, if it's not consistent, then it's unplayable. He's gonna drop, not gonna drop that, yep. Simple bait you can do, maybe get him to waste some talent, nope. Yes, you outplayed me. God dang it, you with this game again. I'm telling you, I've played a lot of Demogorgon. I know his stats now. I know the range and everything. It feels good. Demo truly does feel like a predator. And it's good too, because since no one plays Demogorgon, no one knows how to play against Demogorgon for the most part. You staying right here? There's nothing over here. Almost missed that. What are you doing? What are you doing? God dang it. I need the shred hits for the daily. Is there nothing over here? Oh wow, he got bad. There's bad RNG. Timed that perfectly. I wanted that pallet drop. I got some lucky RNG with no pallets in the middle there. I don't want to say this match is over, but I think this match is already over. I don't even know what these survivors have been doing this whole time. I think I heard that gen move. I'd rather go with this one. They're running. Let's see if I can maybe get the biggest cutoff of 2020. Perhaps. Nah, doesn't look like it. Window there, pallet right here. Oh. What the heck is this movement, dude? What? She ran into me! You don't make that window! What? What? You know, as demo, you often don't get to use portals. That's one of the things that I really hate about some of the design of this guy. Especially in the sweaty matches. You know it's a sweaty match and you literally cannot use a portal. Okay, see, like that one I can use. This one I can use. Can't hide them too well on this map, but this can be used. I tried to put that behind the barrels to perhaps camouflage it. Did he seriously not see me, or is that almost done? No. Deadard? What? Dead? What's going on? I don't even have any stacks because I've been shredding so much. As you can see, I don't put my portals on generators anymore. I watched Bronx's guide, and hiding them is a lot better. There's no pallet here, windows right here, excellent slow vault. If I didn't look over the, what the flip? Aw. I took such a wide angle because it's very easy with Demogorgon Shred to hit people on the hook. Very easy. It has like a ridiculous hitbox for hooked people. I don't know why either. I should stop messing around before it costs me the game. I did see Steve there as well, so it looked like all four of them are right there. This map can potentially have one of the worst regens. With that one in the garage, that one right there, and that hook right there is, I think, one of the strongest in the game for Killer. This match has been very relaxed, so I'm not too committed. He's gonna dodge this. Yep. Look at the FPS. I probably should have been looking at him instead of joking around. Is he staying on that weak side? Don't do that. Yeah, if this match was more competitive in the sense of they were actually completing their objective and giving me a run for my money, I would want stacks, but I'd rather just get the devious points. I do play this game mostly for points. So I try to get my devious up, because I have a lot of people I want to level up. He's moving towards nothing, this David. That was just the tip. That's the weakest window. He doesn't have Dead Hard. Oh, the pallet's not there anymore. He has Live. Is this the... I remember a David having Live last time. Is this that David? That dude's the obsession, so I needed to shred him anyway. Honestly, I didn't even realize until I downed him right there. I was just doing that subconsciously. Is he dead? Because if he is, it's permanent stacks. Oh, Steve's dead, so it doesn't really matter. He is dead, though. Dude, you even get the frame drops just when you use the ability. Look at it. You see it? It's very noticeable. Yep, he went into a spot where he couldn't dodge it. Keep this fire up value. Watch this incredibly fast vault. Bang, into instantaneous pallet break. Oh. Brains. He's using his brains. Please stay here. Oh, God, yes. Oh, shoot. At least he ran to the right where there's nothing and not the left. There's not even a door there. Yeah, why'd you run on this side? If he went to the left, he could have maybe done something, but there's nothing over here. I am not one to speculate, so I have no idea. People are saying a Wendigo from Until Dawn. I haven't played Until Dawn. I don't know if I will play Until Dawn. I do remember that the Wendigo, I remember how it looked like. People are I'm noticing the three biggest speculations I'm seeing is Wendigo Until Dawn crossover, Left 4 Dead Witch, which, sure, I don't know why, but that's getting a lot of guesses right now. I don't see it. And the Rake. Like creepypasta the Rake. Which I imagine, you know the Rake, right? But my speculations, I have no idea. It kind of concerns me how fast they make these DLCs when this game still has a lot of things that need polishing. Console performance, they're working on the graphics and everything. They push out cosmetics like every week. I swear to God, Blight's been out for like 3 days, and now all of a sudden we're getting... And dudes are saying the PTB is going to be on like the 10th of November or something. What? Like, didn't Blight just come out? Yes, I know Blight's been out a couple months, but Jesus Christ, sometimes it feels ridiculous how fast these dudes get stuff done. And sometimes it's not them getting it done, getting it done well. The Blight, that was a good chapter. Good killer, good add-ons. Pyramid Head, good killer. Survivor, Cheryl was a good survivor in terms of what she brought to the game. Felix, he's got two pretty good perks to bring to the game. So, Blight, Pyramid Head, good chapters. Deathslinger, perk-wise, brought absolutely nothing for Zarina and him. I guess Retribution maybe. Off the record, Red Herring maybe for Zarina, but you know, no one's running those things for obvious reasons. Dead Dog. Oh, I forgot the maps. Midwich, trash. Second worst map in the game, next to Shelter Woods being the #1 for me. Shelter Woods sucks and needs to be removed from the game ASAP. No freaking Rocky. Dead Dog Saloon, amazing map. I really like it. And Blight, obviously, didn't come with a map. So the latest chapters, they've been good, but sometimes they come out with these things very fast, and then when it's not good as well, it's not a good look. Gears Tactics, the XCOM Gears of War game. Yep, I saw that when I checked out the store. Just looks like XCOM to me, but I won't disrespect. I'm sure it'll have some unique flair to it. Alright, there's all the killer challenges. Praise Sauron. I don't know why I keep praising the Dark Lord. This is the second time now. Alright, back to trying to do these two. Which will take forever because the matchmaking sucks. Matter of fact, before I cut this off, I'm going to cut it off when it finds a match, just so you get the feel of how bad this matchmaking is. Also, I gotta listen to that lore. A lot of points. Good. Who was I using the points on? I think I'm trying to get stuff for Adam. Yes. No, I need to finish off Felix and Zarina. Yeah, I need to get their perks first. And then I want to splurge on Adam, because I like his outfit. Yeah, I'm just going to look for a match. When I find the match, I'm going to cut this broadcast off. And go back to my solitary confinement. Hopefully it takes like an hour to find a game, because that's what it's been doing every single time. God freaking dang it. Ugh. Oh well. When I want something, I can't get it. Hope you enjoyed. It cut me off. I wasn't done talking. Hope you enjoyed. That's what I was trying to say.